Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Read With Me. I am your host, Kelly Michelle. This is a channel that focuses on reading together separately. So I choose a book, we will read that book throughout the month, and then I will post 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, my thoughts, reflections, and takeaways from the assigned chapter or chapters that we read together. The goal is to read 12 books together by the end of the year. So today we are diving into our book for June. And the book for June is The Garden Within by Dr. Anita Phillips. So I am so excited to dive into this book today. So as I always like to do before I get started, I have a disclaimer. And the disclaimer is that I am not in any way trying to present the takeaways and as my own ideas, as my own thoughts. They're simply just, like I said, my takeaways, my reflections, things that I learned from reading the book. And so I just want to encourage you, if you have not picked up this book, if you have not borrowed this book from the library or downloaded it for Kindle, you still have time to do so. So do so today. As I stated earlier, we are going over the first chapter in this book. And so we are diving right in. And I always like to start with just kind of setting it up, how the book is orientated and what we're going to be going over today. So the book, just as a refresh, is broken up into 3 different parts, and each part has 5 chapters. And so today we're going to be going over part 1, and it's titled Soil Power. And I will be sharing my takeaways from chapter 1, which is called The Seedling. So here are my takeaways. Chapter 1, The Seedling. Number 1, analogy compares 2 unrelated things, which is teaching us how things work. Number 2, a flourishing garden depends on good soil. Number 3, a garden's condition depends on its soil. The condition of the garden within you depends on the soil of your heart. And I want to really kind of dive in a little bit on number 3, which says, a garden's condition depends on its soil. The condition of the garden within you depends on the soil of your heart. And I really do believe that is a very true statement. And it makes me think about when it comes to a garden and the garden of your heart, I started to think about what are some different characteristics that might be in our heart. And of course, we're not talking about our physical heart that helps us to live every day, that is like pumping blood throughout our body. We're talking about our heart, which is like our emotions, our feelings, that is on the inside of us. And so I was thinking about the soil of our heart is, what kind of heart do we have? Do we have a heart that is kind? Do we have a heart that is angry? Do we have a heart that is frustrated? Do we have a heart that is mad? Do we have a heart that is happy or excited, or all these different feelings and emotions that makes up the content of our heart? And I think it's very true that the condition of, our lives, which to me, the garden is representing, it has a lot to do with like what is in our heart. And so I want to really encourage you to read chapter 1 yourself and learn more about what the author means about our heart being soil and what the garden means, and how all of these things tie together. So that is my takeaway from chapter 1. Next time, we will be going over chapter 2, and chapter 2 is titled Check the Flow. So before I end this segment today, I always like to encourage you about a couple of things. One, if you are really enjoying this channel, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. I definitely want this channel to grow, and I want our virtual book club to grow. So if you know someone that really enjoys reading, please invite them to join our virtual book club. And then I want to encourage you to read. Spend some time reading today. However amount of time that you can allot, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, spend some time reading today. And then finally too, as you always see me when I am sharing my thoughts and takeaways from the chapters and the books that we have read, I always have a notebook. So I want to encourage you, specifically because this is going to be a very, deep diving book that is going to address some areas that might feel uncomfortable, for you to take some time to take notes and to reflect. So thank you so much for joining me today. And until next time, happy reading.